Hey girl, welcome to Her Legacy Rewritten, where we're all about taking bold, purpose-driven action to building a life you're completely obsessed with. My name's Courtney, a small-town country girl turned entrepreneur and on a personal journey to becoming the first millionaire in my family. But to be honest, most days I still feel like I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm obsessed with the process of figuring it out together like girlfriends. And around here, we're going to keep it raw, real, talking all things business, money, mindset, and the messy middle no one prepares you for, with epic guests who get it and stories to remind you you're not alone and you are made for more regardless of what season you're in. So grab your drink, pull up a seat, and let's do the damn thing, girl. Okay, girl, it is time to pull up a seat around the campfire because this one's going to be a good one, and I'm so excited to share it with you because it's something I wish more people understood about in the online space, and it's why people need to see your journey and not just the results that you get. People relate more to the journey. I know that kind of seems a little scary because we're like, oh my God, we don't want people to see like what we're doing. I just want to share like all the positives, right? I want to share the end result because that's what people need to see. Well, we spend so much time trying to look like we've already technically quote unquote made it. But what actually draws people in is seeing the progress. Like, can you name one person that you haven't watched them progress through failures, through trying things, through coaching programs, through Facebook groups, through whatever it is that they're trying, and it failed and they tried something else? Like, have you ever watched somebody not do that and you didn't like feel inspired? Like, oh my God, they did that and it didn't work. Oh my God, then that makes me feel like I can do it too, right? We need to start showing the process. The long days, the messy middle, the I'm figuring this out as I go moments, the messy middle of me crying on the floor because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm just so in my feelings. That is what people connect with. Okay? So if you're, and also like I can relate to this one right now, that if you're still working a 9 to 5, don't hide it. I know that most people are trying to get out of their 9 to 5s and they're looking for help. They're looking for guidance. And you're like, oh my God, I can help them get out of their 9 to 5 with my opportunity and all these different things. But they can't know that I'm in a 9 to 5. They can't know because then they're going to know that I'm just like, I'm still figuring it out too. Like I'm not making life-changing income right now. I'm still working a 9 to 5 to pay for stuff. And people don't like look at that like it's a bash, right? They actually can relate to that more. If you are in the middle of a 9 to 5, like it doesn't make you any less of a leader. This is a harsh reality that I had to swallow because I'm like, I am a leader. I want to lead people. I want to help people and guide them to financial freedom and time freedom. But if they see I'm still working a 9 to 5, oh my God, that means I'm not a leader because I'm not there yet. That was a harsh reality to be like, showing that you work a 9 to 5 is actually relatable because most people are 9 to 5s, especially nowadays where you need 2 incomes to survive. Inflation, you need 2-3 jobs. Like you can't not have a job, right? So 99% of the people that I talk to are still working a 9 to 5. So why can't they relate to somebody who is a couple steps ahead of them, starting a business, getting out of the situation that they're in? That is more relatable than watching somebody walk stage with $2 million in commissions that they made just like probably yesterday. That is inspiring, but it's not relatable because that is like 16,000 different steps ahead of where you're currently at. So there's somebody out there right now watching you. They're watching you and they're thinking, if she can do it while working a full-time job, raising a family, homeschooling kids, raising animals and having a job and doing all these things, then maybe I can too. Because you're showing what's possible if you just change up a couple different things throughout your day to chase after a dream that's going to free you from a 9 to 5. You're showing her what's possible, not what's polished at the end. Because honestly, nobody cares about what's at the end. They care about the journey. But the journey is scary. So I know that's why a lot of people don't share it, because the journey is scary. You're being vulnerable. You're showing up at 6 a.m., showing your mornings that you're creating content and reheated your coffee for the second time, showing the lunch break Zoom calls or the DMs that you're sending in the carpool lane, picking up your kids, or while they're at their sports games. You're doing things on the DMs because you're there to support your kids, but you're still growing a business, right? Showed the time that it's like the determined nights where you're working after putting the kids to bed. I've done that. But I'm more of a morning person, so I'm more of the 5 a.m.er that's up making content before I start my day. Because that's stuff people can relate to. And it's all sacrifice. Show me a leader and I'll show you sacrifice. Are you getting up at 6 a.m. to do things before the house wakes up, before you go to work? Whether that be exercising, creating content, getting a reel done, recording a podcast, doing a long form piece of content, whatever that looks like. Are you getting up early to do that before your day starts? Are you doing something after you put your kids to bed? Are you doing something in the middle of where you're at, when you work, your lunch break? Do you take a break to do things? The grind, the heart, the sacrifice, that is what people relate to. Your journey gives your audience, her that is watching you, hope that her life doesn't have to look perfect in order to take even the first step, but also showing the messy middle of what is going to happen, but also knowing that she's not alone in the middle of doing it. That is what you need to be showing. This is the power of relatability. Here's the truth. People don't buy from perfection. Get that out of your mind. You will hear me say that till the end of my days on this podcast. Get perfection out of your mind, out of the way. Do not focus on perfection, because perfection does not exist. You are perfect the way that you are. Showing up with the stutter, the walking over your words, forgetting what you were saying, trying to figure out, I lost my train of thought, I don't know what I'm doing. You are perfect the way that you are. And that is exactly how you need to show up. They buy from connection. So if you jump to too many steps ahead, you're I'm working on 9 to 5, but I'm not going to share that. I'm going to show, oh my God, I'm making 10K months and I'm doing this. And people aren't going to relate to that, right? If you're too many steps ahead, you got to know who you're talking to behind you. You're only talking to the people who are a couple steps behind you. But also be truthful. Have integrity of speaking to your truth and where you currently are at. The people who need you won't see themselves in you if you try to be someone you're not. So you're not called to impress anybody. This is not a contest. We're not doing a contest of who can win to who can impress everybody. We're not here for that. You're called to impact the ones who are just a few steps behind you. And when you lead from that place, your influence grows because it's rooted in authenticity. And that's what people are craving right now, especially with AI, and people are in a trust recession right now because they don't know the truth between AI and an actual person. You need to be authentic, authentically you, and show up as that every single day, and know that people are going to follow you for that. It's not a weakness. That is actually a strength to show exactly what it is that you're going through, whether it be good, bad, ugly, and in between. Show it. Show your journey so they know that they're not alone. So something that I want you to try this week, start documenting your journey. Start doing it. Not just your results. Heck, most of us aren't even getting results right now. Let's just be honest. And that's part of the messy middle. Talk about not getting results. Talk about struggling to get results. Talk about struggling to make connections, because there's a lot of people that are afraid to answer DMs because they're like, this is just a bot. I don't even want to answer because it's just a bot, It's not an actual person on the other side. So start documenting your journey. Everything that you're going through. Start this week. Do it this week. Post one story or reel showing what it looks like behind the scenes of your day. Reheating your coffee for the 5th time because you got home and you're like, oh my God, I need a cup of coffee, but you homeschooled the kids, you took the dogs out, you took care of the yard, you did this, and everywhere in between that, you always reheated your coffee, right? Share that, what it looks like in your day to day. Document that. And I want you to ask yourself, who am I showing up for today? Okay? Did you speak directly to her? And I know this is an exercise that all of us are like, oh my God, what? Speaking directly to her. Yes. When you look in this camera, you talk to the camera like you are talking to your best friend on the other side. You talk to her, because that is where your emotion's going to come out. If you physically, mentally know that you are talking to that one person on the other side, it's going to come out more authentically and more real and more raw than ever before, because you're being you and you're also talking to her. You want to connect with her. Okay? Your journey is your testimony and your progress. Your journey is your testimony in progress. Write that down. Put that on a sticky note. Set it on your laptop, anywhere, on your mirror. Your testimony is in progress. Okay? Don't wait until you quote unquote make it to share your story. No one's going to relate to that. No one's going to relate to what you did 10 years ago when you're like, it took me 2 hours to record my first live. And oh my God, because that was me, honestly. But I didn't record that, and I didn't know about the whole documenting the journey thing until like this year, pretty much. Last year, almost. But regardless, I wish that I would have documented that, because that is a true story. It took me 2 hours for me to hit the button to go live for the very first time. I was terrified. I was trembling. And I tell that story because it's true. And there's tons of people that can relate to that story, even to this day. They're like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. So show the real, show the raw, show you in motion, going through your journey. Because the woman who's a few steps behind you, she's not inspired by perfect, because I'm pretty sure she's got a messy life going on just like you. But she needs to know that she's not alone in this. She's inspired by what is possible. What you're showing is possible, even in the messy. Okay? If this message landed for you, if this message meant anything to you, if this message is something that someone out there that you know needs to hear, share this with them. Share it to your stories. Tag me in it. Because I also want to know that I'm not alone in this either. I want to know that there are other messy mamas, messy women out there just trying to figure it out, but we're all documenting our journey at the same time, doing the same things, but we all need to know that we're not alone in this journey. So I hope that you have a great night, and girl, we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for listening in. If you loved this episode, I would so appreciate it if you shared it with a girlfriend. Like, send it to her right now, or post it on social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me get the message out. I'm so freaking grateful and excited to be on this journey with you, girl. So until next time, I'll talk to you soon.